another episode of the Big Leap from Mirae Asset. It's a very pleasure and honor to have with us Ms. Payal Bhavesh Thakkar. Payal has been running a very successful setup called as Tranquil Investment in Mumbai. Prior to starting Tranquil almost 4 years back, before that she has been a very established banker working in the banking industry for more than a decade. And she was also in the insurance industry till the entrepreneur bug came in and she started Tranquil. And today she's successfully managing more than 100 families and their investments. So Payalji, thank you so much for joining us today. Thank you for being a part of Big Leap. Why don't you tell your viewers how did you start Tranquil and how has been the journey till now?
Thank you, Mr. Datta, first of all, for giving this opportunity to
Our
feature me
pleasure.
on honorable session. Yeah, so as you mentioned rightly, before starting this journey on my own, I was a banker for a long period of time of my career. And before that, I had worked with the insurance industry. So my career initially started in the service industry, where I worked with three various insurance companies, but all on the service front. And just before joining the banking industry, in the last stint of my insurance industry, the my boss had actually identified the sales streak in me, and he kind of motivated me that I should be getting into sales as a career, and I had it in me to do it. So that's where I got into the banking industry and worked there for over 13 years altogether. So in 2017, where I had to make a shift in my job profile in the banking industry, was where it was kind of a phase where I had to really choose between family and the high pressure career job that I had. And
Sure.
it was, although a very very difficult decision, but trust me, I was so much on the edge to make that call at that point of time that I had to choose you know to do something on my own rather than continuing with the job that I was into. So that was the time, like God says, when you need to fly, he will really take you to the edge and then push
Yes.
you. It was that kind of a phase for me where I was left with very little option to choose between a very flourishing career of mine in the banking industry and my son back home, who was then 5 years. And I felt that I was not giving him enough time, and there was very little time time of mine available for him. So I decided to quit my job, and then for about a month I was trying to figure out as to what am I supposed to do. So that's where I was talking to different people in the industry, the AMC RMs who were in touch with me while I was in the banking part. And more than that, I have a very renowned mentor in the industry to whom I actually went and consulted with, and he suggested me that, Pyle, why don't you do what you're exactly doing, because that's what your passion is and that's what you're good at.
Sure.
So he motivated me to apply for my individual ARN and get started with my career as a mutual fund distributor, and that's where it all started in September 2017. And initially it was a phase where my existing banking customers were my first clients. They were the ones who had been with me uh, for a very long time as a constant in the banking career that I had. Usually in banks we see a lot of change of faces very
Yes.
frequently, but with me being with the bank for a very long time had that kind of a advantage. So they showed real good trust in me and moved in with me. They were my first clients. So that's how the initial few clients started. One by one they started coming in, started first giving new investments to me, understanding how I'm operating, how the uh, the entire infrastructure is uh, in an individual setup compared to a banking setup.
Sure.
They knew me as a person and what I could deliver. But obviously, when it comes to money, uh, we need to have that kind of. I really also wanted to give that kind of I wanted to deliver that kind of a quality that they should not feel that they have done a mistake by moving in from a
Sure.
banking and
Yes.
organized structure to an individual structure. So
Sure.
that's how it started. Initially, the clients started on with a few fresh investments, And as in how they started getting comfortable, they gave me more of their wallet share and started getting more and more investments. And from there on, all references that I have been getting has helped me to grow my business.
Sure. So many people of our viewers and our partners have seen that people were working in an organization and then they take the entrepreneur plunge. What was the of initial learnings or reactions you got from clients when you started from being a banker, being yourself the organization? How does one manage clients at that point of time?
A very different ball game altogether. Coming from a very polished and an organized sector, while I was working with a bank where everything was given on the plate. Like there is a research team, there is a
Exactly.
a established IT setup. All you have to do is talk to your clients, understand what their requirements are, find the right kind of product for them and offer it to them. The rest all is taken care of. The service part, the execution part, what funds to be suggested, everything is taken care. The moment I
Yes.
started up on my own, I realized that the frog has jumped out of the well, and now there is a whole big world which I have to face. And so right from selecting what platform to use, what kind of software to use, to how to shortlist the how to shortlist the right kind of funds for the customer, how to do the risk profiling, what calculators to be used, how to do the asset allocation. Because when I was with the bank, there was a software which the bank had,
Yes.
so there was nothing to be worried. Actually, we used to just do the risk profiling there and it would throw its output. So here everything was to be done on my own and all that stuff. So that kind of initially there was, let me tell you that there was a lot of help from many people. Many people helped in the industry who were already into this business. Um the AMC, many of the AMC RMs came forward and helped me, let me know what kind of softwares are available in the market for execution or for reporting, etc. How do I go about it? And I was blessed. I would say that I really got a lot of help from the industry, from seniors and from colleagues, etc. From the AMC, and that's how it helped me to set up the whole thing.
Now that you have got clients and in a banking setup, you would get clients. Many of them are working with the bank, and usually clients are known. They are there in the system. You get to know who are there and you have a relationship. But here, many times when you are setting up your business on your own, it is a referral, which is the biggest source of getting new clients. So how did you take that jump? How did that work out for you?
My business for the last 4.5 years has been 100% referral business. Okay, I have not gone out and done a single marketing activity or a investor awareness program or any sort of thing on my own, which would have helped me, or any cold calling,
Sure.
which would have helped me acquire new customers. In that sense, it's just been so blessed that right from the time my banking customers were my first clients, and from there they have themselves started giving me references on their own for their friends, for their families and
Sure.
their colleagues. And that's how the entire business has grown. As time went by, they started pouring in their reviews, and from there my own friends, whether they were my college friends or school friends, etc., my immediate family members, they started noticing those things and started coming to me and asking for that, would you like to manage, means would you help us manage our portfolio and guide us on what kind of investments to be done. So I would say that all the clientele that I have is a complete mix of a retail to an ultra HNI client. I
Sure.
have not kept any such barrier as to what is a minimum ticket size or anything that I need to acquire for. So yeah, I mean, just that the total journey has been a complete referral journey, and it continues to do so even now. And the biggest achievement I would say was in the COVID period, when there was a complete lockdown and we all were in our respective homes, not being able to move out. But since I was using the online platforms for exercise, the inputting of the transactions, etc., there were a lot of references that kept coming during that period. that from friends and family and from existing clients, more from existing clients, which helped me get my AUM to this level where it is today.
So I'll introduce my colleague Ursula here. Ursula manages the relationship from Mirae Asset side with Payal ma'am and with the Tranquil team. So Ursula, why don't you share your experience?
I've been managing this relationship of Payal ma'am for the past 2.5 years now. And one thing that has really amazed me about ma'am is for the position and the AUM that she is at today, she has managed all of this single-handedly. So whether it be the front end or the back end, she actually does everything herself. And the reason I would say she's come so far is because she really values relationships a lot. And she keeps things really simple. So it's not all the fancy things that a lot of people talk about to their customers and try to tell them that, oh, you should do this and, you should get into those products. So this is good. She really keeps things really simple for her clients. And that has actually built up the trust that her clients have in her. And I would say for her, sales has become like a piece of cake because of that. So I would say really commendable. I've seen her at a few meetings and stuff, and she really takes things really smoothly. You don't actually feel that you're at a sales call. You actually feel like you've gone for a cup of coffee, and she just happens to close a deal out there. So that it's been a really nice journey with ma'am.
Okay, thank you, Ursula, for that. So Payal ma'am, our last question to all our guests is always, how do you look at the MFD profession? Do you see what are the opportunities or challenges you see into the future?
I feel that there is a lot of opportunity into this business. Okay, honestly, when I was working with the bank and I was managing the clients, I used to feel that we are doing a fabulous job and this is the best way in how we can manage our clients. But when I actually came on the other side of the door and started managing the clients on my own, trust me, this business is all about building that confidence and trust in your clients. There is so much of opportunity out there in the market. While we say that our markets have matured and things like that, but no, I mean, till date there are professionals and HNI clients who are looking for professional management of their funds because they are so busy in their respective jobs and professions that they don't really have the time to look at these kind of things. And they, at that point of time, there is someone whom they need, like how they have a chartered accountant or a family doctor or a lawyer, who is a constant in the first place and whom they can actually trust completely. And that's where my advice to all the MFDs is that please don't really go for products, go for what your client really needs. And that's how my approach has been. So when somebody calls me and tells me, acha bata, which schemes are good for investment, I would say I can't give you an suggestion for a scheme over a call. I need to understand why do you need to invest and what is your objective for investing into that scheme and what's your time horizon, what is your goal for that investment. There are a lot of factors which determine the entire process of investment, and you really need to sit down with a client and understand what it is and be a part of his journey. You need to really get involved with the customer and be a part of the journey rather than just being very objective in recommending a particular product to the customer. And trust me, your clients are the biggest growth part of your own journey. They grow, their investments grow, and you are automatically going to grow. It's a default. Don't really need to look at it, but yes, there is a lot of opportunity out there. It's just that you need to build that kind of a trust and become a constant for your client, that whenever he has even an extra rupee in his bank account, you will be pretty sure that you will get a call from his side that, okay, Payal, this is what is lying and please see how you can allocate these funds. I never call any of my clients asking them for investments that, sir, do you have any liquidity, would you like to invest in this fund, this is there, that is there. That kind of a stage you have to, that kind of a comfort level your client needs to have with you, that if there is any ailment or any problem, health issue, he knows that which doctor he has to go for. The first is his family doctor, or if he has a problem in his related to law, he would go to his lawyer, or if he has to file his taxes, he would go to his CA. In the similar manner, you need to be that person in his life where if he has even an extra amount of money lying with him, whether it is his bonus money or any maturity of any FD or any insurance policy that has matured, the next thing that he does is he calls you and asks you, Payal, this is what it is, and tell me how it is to be deployed.
Sure. So thank you so much, Payal ma'am, for such a free-flowing conversation. I'm sure our audience would love this interaction and taking you this plunge from being a banker to managing now all investments for your investors. We wish you and Tranquil Investment all the very best. We have had a great association and we look forward to continue this into the future. So thank you once again, and thank you viewers for watching another episode of The Big Leap.
Thank you so much, Mr. Datta.
Mutual fund investments are subject to market risks. Read all scheme-related documents carefully.